Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Razzle, and it's once again time to Crash Guns with another episode of Skylander? Crash is Curious here on the channel. Skyland. What was I going to say before I cut myself off? Anyways, it's Crash is Curious, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming by watching another episode of this series. We are in Imaginators today for one big question. What do vehicles do in Imaginators? Now, there is a racing aspect to this game. If you guys didn't know, first of all, watch how fast Bash rolls. Like, look at that. The boy just giveth. But there is a racing aspect to this. You have the actual full racing level is over here, which is really cool if you think about it. The whole racing aspect's in this game too. But what would you do if you have just a vehicle in the game? Like, what if you're not going to race? Can you just use the vehicles in game? So today we're going to find out. I have one of each type of vehicle, sea, sky, and land, all ready to go here. We're going to put them each on the portal, see what the game says that it does, and we'll go from there. Maybe I can actually use them in a level or something. Pretty sick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any more time. Let's start us off with a land vehicle. I have the Crip Crusher here in my hand. Not the really great YouTuber and a good friend of mine, but here we go. Vehicle detected. Please remove vehicle during story mode. Select racing from the main menu to race. Okay, so you just can't casually have the vehicle on the portal. Okay, let's see what happens when I put this. I'm going to say it's the same thing, I'm assuming. Vehicle detected. Okay. So yeah, so with each one of them, no matter what vehicle you put onto the portal, it looks like it's going to detect it and say vehicle detected, you have to take it off. Please remove vehicle during story mode. Select racing from the main menu to race. So you can't have the vehicles on the portal at all, which is interesting. I mean, it makes sense because there's more than one Skylander. I can't really read the NFC that well. But if I go and talk to your boy here, I can race here. So I don't have the trophies put on this one, as you can see here, because I don't do the racing on this. But if I go into the racing here now, let's give it a second load. There we go. They have new pictures. I don't know if you guys knew that. So I've raced almost everything here. So let's say if I go in here, for example. Yeah, so like I can play as, wait, what's the middle one there? What is that sea shadow? Is that the instant sea shadow? I'm just putting this one on here for fun. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. But what was that, instant sea shadow on there or something? That's what it was. It totally was. So you can load up the vehicles ahead of time, and then I can play as whichever one I want with those vehicles. So that's how you do it that way. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting that you can use the vehicles in the racing mode. That surprised me. But you can't use the vehicles outside of racing mode. So that sucks, unfortunately, but that is it. That's what it's all about, is how I'm curious about it. So that does it for this episode. Very quick one for this week's episode, but I mean, it's good to know that the vehicles, will they work outside of the racing or in just the racing? Which we found that they do work in just racing. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Crash is Curious. Of course, come back next week for another awesome episode of this series. And let me know in the comments below what you are curious about. Is there something in a future episode you want to see or an early episode? We'll find out. But thank you all so much for watching. Y'all mean the world to me. Don't ever forget it. But as always, I bid you farewell.